Hi everyone, welcome back to GKToday. I'm Sian, very good morning. So here we are discussing the most important current affair of 13th of June 2025 and all questions are from the daily 20 MCQ series of GKToday application. The topic that we are discussing including Fuego volcano in news, the sustainable energy for all initiative. The highlight of this session is United Nations. We will discuss the UNGA, the United Nations General Assembly, the international years declared by the United Nations, the United Nations Ocean Conference update, major reports in news, the FDI index by the DPIIT under RBI, major awards category, the ICC Cricket Hall of Fame 2025 and the other current affair. So here we go. First of all, let us discuss the answer of the last day quiz, and that is the first one. Fuego volcano that was recently seen in news is located in which country? So recently a major volcano in news, and basically it is a part of a Central American country, and that is option number A, Guatemala. Recently it was in news because the authorities from Guatemala recently evacuated over 500 people as Fuego volcano released gas and ash. Its other name is the Volcán de Fuego, meaning volcano of fire in Spanish, and basically it is a part of a Guatemala, and it is one of the most active volcanoes in the Central America. Since 1524 it has erupted more than 60 times, indicating a long history of volcanic activity. Overall a recent volcano, it is located at Guatemala in Central America. So here we are discussing major volcano in news and Central American countries update. So recently in the last session we have discussed two major volcano in news, and they are from the Mars planet, and just because of the NASA's Mars Odyssey 2001 update they were in news, and they are including the Archia Mons and the Noctis volcano, exactly located in the Tharsis region of the Mars planet. Please note they are not from the Earth, they are from the Mars planet, and their name is the Noctis and the Archia Mons. And here we are discussing some other volcano in news, and that is Kilauea volcano. Basically it is from the United States of America. Sakurjima volcano, it is from Japan. Anak Krakatau volcano, it is the part of Indonesia. Mount Ontake, it is also from Japan. Campi Flegrei, it is a part of Italy. Utaranku volcano, it is located in Bolivia. And Poas volcano, it is a part of a Central American country, and that is Costa Rica, right? And here we are discussing the Central American countries. Exactly, there are total 7 countries which is the part of the Central America, including Belize, Costa Rica, El Salvador, Guatemala, Honduras, Nicaragua and Panama, right? Surrounded by the Pacific Ocean and the Caribbean Sea in the Atlantic Ocean. So here we are discussing some major questions. So the biggest country in the Central America, and that is the Nicaragua. A Central American country with no Pacific coast, and that is Belize. Central America's official language in most countries, and that is Spanish. Overall, Central America, it is a sub-region of North America, borders Mexico in the north, Colombia in the southeast, Caribbean Sea in the east, and the Pacific Ocean in the southwest. And there are 7 countries that are the part of the Central America. A major canal is also located, and that is the Panama Canal. So it is the part of a Central America and connects the Atlantic Ocean and the Pacific Ocean. And the Panama Canal project, basically it is started by the France, but after some time taken over by the US in 1904 and finally opened in 1914. Overall the busiest route of the world, and that is the North Atlantic Sea route. It is also located nearby the Central American countries. So please note the North Atlantic Sea route. It is the busiest sea route in the world, connecting North America and the Europe, and just because of its highest rate and passenger traffic, it is counted as the busiest sea route, and that is the North Atlantic Sea Route. Moving on, the next one, a major initiative, and that is the Sustainable Energy for All initiative, and it was launched by which organization? And that is the United Nations. So recently, SE for All initiative was in news just because of a recent collab between the National Thermal Power Corporation (NTPC) Limited and the United Nations. Basically, the Sustainable Energy for All initiative, it is launched by the United Nations in 2011 to promote the clean energy, and recently the NTPC Limited, a state-run energy company in India, has signed an agreement with the Sustainable Energy for All to create an energy transition roadmap in India. Overall, it is launched by the United Nations, and just because of the recent partnership, this question was in news. Overall, we are discussing the Sustainable Energy for All initiated by the United Nations in 2011. Its headquarters, it is located at Vienna in Austria, and basically it is founded by the former UN Secretary General, and that is Ban Ki-moon. So please remember the name, the Ban Ki-moon. He founded the Sustainable Energy for All initiative, and the recent UN Secretary General, and that is Antonio Guterres, right? Also, here we are discussing the NTPC, the National Thermal Power Corporation. Basically, it is a public sector undertaking, a major PSU under the Ministry of Power, whose cabinet minister is Manohar Lal Khattar. The chairman, the managing director of the NTPC, and the current one is the Gurdeep Singh. Please remember the founding year of NTPC, and it founded on 7th of November 1975. So it was founded on that day by the former PM, and that was the Indira Gandhi, originally named National Thermal Power Corporation Private Limited, but now updated to NTPC, a PSU under the Ministry of Power. Overall, the Sustainable Energy for All initiative, a major collab between United Nations and the NTPC, and that's why this question was in news. Moving on, here we are discussing some major initiatives by the government and by the international governments, and they are: which country has partnered with the World Health Organization to launch a humanitarian initiative on Socotra Island, and that is the UAE, to launch humanitarian assistance for Socotra Island. The next is, what is the name of the centrally sponsored initiative to reduce drug abuse through education, de-addiction and rehabilitation in India, and that is the National Action Plan for Drug Demand Reduction. The next is, what is the name of initiative recently launched by Union Government to provide disease-free planting material, and that is the Clean Plant Program. The name of the two countries that are involved in the Trust Initiative, we all know it is between US and the India. The Naksha program and its implementing agency is the Digital India Land Records Modernization Program. Ankur initiative, it is by the Odisha government, and Yashoda AI initiative, it is by the National Commission for Women. Moving on, the next one. So the United Nations General Assembly has declared which year as the International Year of the Women Farmer. So recently UNGA was in news because recently it has officially declared a year as the International Year of the Women Farmer, and that is option number B, 2026. And basically this resolution was proposed by the United States of America and was adopted by all member countries through consensus, and that's why this question was in news. The main aim is to recognize and highlight the vital role of the women farmers in ensuring food security, improving nutrition and fighting poverty. Overall, 2026, it is the International Year of the Women Farmer. So here we are discussing the United Nations General Assembly. Its headquarters, it is located at New York in the United States. It is the main policy making and the main organ of the United Nations. The current total members are the 193 member states, and its president recently updated in the 80th session of the General Assembly, and that is Annalena Baerbock, right? And their annual meeting, basically UNGA meets every September in New York for annual session and debate. and basically they can grant permanent observer status to non-member and the IGOs, and their president elected annually for a 1-year term only. Overall, we all know there are mainly 6 organs of the United Nations, and General Assembly works on the one nation, one vote principle with 193 member state, right? Also, we are discussing some major international year, and that is for 2024. So, International Year of Camelid 2024 was recognized as the International Year of Camelid. For 2025, the major international year, including International Year of Quantum Science and Technology, International Year of Cooperatives, International Year of Glacier Preservation, and International Year of Peace and Trust for 2025. Moving on, the next one. A major festival in news, and that is Poson Poya festival, and it is celebrated in which country, and that country is Sri Lanka. So recently Sri Lanka is celebrating the sacred Poson Poya festival, which marks the historic arrival of Buddhism to the island over 2000 years ago. Basically, the festival is observed on the full moon day of June and commemorates the first sermon preached by the Arahat Mahinda, the son of the Emperor Ashoka, to the king of the Sri Lanka, and that's why this festival was in news, just because of its recognition. And please remember, a central message of the Poson Poya festival is ahimsa, or non-violence, reminding people of the timeless value of peace. Overall, this festival, it is associated with the Sri Lanka island located in the Indian Ocean. Moving on, here we are discussing some major festival in news, and that are, where was the Lavender Festival 2025 organized, and that is Jammu. The Kheer Bhavani Festival, also Jammu and Kashmir. Natadi Festival, it is from the state of Kerala. Festival of Yoga and Meditation, it is hosted by the Ladakh. The Shroy Lily Festival, it is from Manipur, and the Raman Festival, it is celebrated in which state? Uttarakhand. Moving on, the next one. Which state received the highest foreign direct investment in financial year 25? So here we are discussing the FDI released by the DPIIT under the Ministry of Commerce, and the highest FDI, it is received by the Maharashtra, right? So according to the Department for Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade, Maharashtra and Karnataka together accounted for 51% of India's foreign direct investment inflow in 24-25 fiscal year. Overall, Maharashtra received the highest FDI at some $19.6 billion, which is 31% of the national total. The second rank holder is the Karnataka with $6.62 billion, and further they were followed by the Delhi, Gujarat, Tamil Nadu, Haryana, and the Telangana. Overall, total FDI inflow rose 14% to $81.04 billion in 24-25 fiscal year, the highest in the last 3 years. Overall, the exact definition of FDI, we all know, the foreign investment by the foreign investors buying ownership in Indian companies for a long term and for a stable investment. Exactly the data released by the RBI officially, but its detailing is done by the DPIIT under the Department of Commerce and Industry. Also, here we are discussing the top 5 FDI source countries in India. The first one is the Singapore with $14.94 billion, and followed by the Mauritius, USA, Netherlands, and the UAE. And the top 5 FDI recipient states in India, and that are Maharashtra, further Karnataka, Delhi, Gujarat, and the Tamil Nadu. Moving on, the next one, which 2 countries launched the Blue Nationally Determined Contribution Challenge at the 3rd UN Ocean Conference. So the highlight of the day, and that is the UNOC 3, the 3rd edition of United Nations Ocean Conference, jointly co-hosted by the France and the Costa Rica, a Central American country. So recently 2 countries, including France and Brazil, launched the Blue Nationally Determined Contribution Challenge at the UNOC 3. Basically, this initiative encourages countries to prioritize oceans in their climate strategies before COP30 in Brazil in November 2025. and its goal is to enhance ocean-focused climate action with countries like Australia, Fiji, and the Pacific Island countries. So recently, just because of their launch of the Blue National Determined Contribution, the UNOC3 was again in news. Overall, here we are discussing the UNOC3, United Nations Ocean Conference. The first conference was in New York in 2017. The second was in Lisbon in 2022, co-hosted by the Kenya and the Portugal. And the ongoing, it is the United Nations Ocean Conference, the third edition, co-hosted by the France and the Costa Rica. Moving on, the next one. Which ministry hosted the fifth stakeholder consultation on AI readiness assessment methodology with UNESCO? So recently, a joint collab between a ministry and the UNESCO, and that ministry is option number B, Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, whose cabinet minister is Ashwani Vaishnaw. So recently, the UNESCO and the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology hosted the fifth stakeholder consultation on AI readiness assessment methodology in India. So here we are discussing the AIRAM. Basically, it is a framework to count how prepared India is for adopting and using the artificial intelligence. It works as a diagnostic tool to improve laws, policies, and institutions supporting AI development, and jointly co-hosted by the UNESCO and the Ministry of IT. Overall, we are discussing the UNESCO, the United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization. Currently, its headquarters is located at Paris in France. Its current DG is, basically she is Audrey Azoulay. Total member countries are 194, and its formation year, and that is on 16th of November in 1945. Moving on, the next one. What is the name of digital ocean data portal launched by India? Again at the third United Nations Ocean Conference. So another update of UNOC3, and basically it is related with the India, because recently India has launched a major portal at the UNOC3, and that portal name is Sahab. So at the third edition of the UNOC in Nice, Paris, the Union Earth Science Minister, that is Dr. Jitendra Singh, launched Sahab, a digital ocean data portal to promote transparent and science-based ocean management. And basically it aims to support the major sustainable development goal, and that is 14, conserve and sustainably use ocean. And so just because of the Sahab portal, the UNOC3 was again in news. Moving on, the next one. A major plant in news, that is Bushehr plant, and it is the first and only operational nuclear power facility of which country? And that country is the Iran. So recently Iran is in news just because of their recent announcement, and that announcement, basically recently the president of the Atomic Energy Organization of Iran, AEOI, Mohammad Eslami, announced that Russia will build 8 nuclear power plants in Iran under an existing agreement, and that's why Iran was in news. This statement was made during a visit by the Iranian Parliament's National Security and Foreign Policy Committee to the AEOI headquarters located in the capital of Iran, and that is the Tehran. So at present, Iran has the only operational nuclear powered facility, and that is Bushehr plant. And now Iran is planning for some other 8 nuclear power plants with the help of Russia. And that's why, to promote Iran's civilian nuclear energy program, a recent collab between Iran and the Russia. Moving on, the next one. Here we are discussing some major international current affairs, and that is, which country has formally assumed the chairmanship of the Asian Productivity Organization for 25-26 term, and that is India. China has recently deployed a large phase array radar near which country's border, and that country is Myanmar. Which country becomes the first nation to criminalize artificial intelligence child abuse tool, and that country is Britain. The Korovi tribe, basically they are from Indonesia. Which country has launched tourism, a global platform to redefine tourism, and that is by Saudi Arabia, so that they can promote their tourism. Philadelphia Corridor, it is located along with the border of Gaza and the Egypt. What was the name of global cyber operation conducted by the Interpol between Jan and April 2025, and that is Operation Secure. Moving on the next one. A major award in news, that is Sasakawa Award. So, which Indian has received the United Nations Sasakawa Award 2025 for disaster risk reduction? And that personality is the DG of the IMD, the Cyclone Man of India, Dr. Mrityunjay Mohapatra. So, a major personality in news, Dr. Mrityunjay Mohapatra, the DG of IMD, recently has received the United Nations Sasakawa Award 2025 for disaster risk reduction. Right? Basically, this award was founded by two major organizations, and that is the United Nations Office for Disaster Risk Reduction and the Nippon Foundation. So they both jointly founded the United Nations Sasakawa Award in some 1986. And recently a major Indian personality was recognized with this award, and that is the DG, the Cyclone Man of India, and that is Mrityunjay Mohapatra. Overall, here we are discussing the Nippon Foundation. So in some 1986, the Nippon Foundation, with the help of United Nations Office for Disaster Risk Reduction, has established three major awards, including the WHO Sasakawa Health Prize, UNEP Sasakawa Environment Prize, and the United Nations Sasakawa Award for Disaster Risk Reduction. Basically, the Nippon Foundation, it was founded by the Ryuichi Sasakawa from Japan, and that's why the name, the Sasakawa Award. And recently, the major personality Mrityunjay Mohapatra was recognized with this award, and that's why we are discussing it. Moving on the next one. A new species of beetle called Spithaspina nuhi was recently discovered in which northeastern state, and that is Meghalaya. So recently it was found in Umran area of Tribui district of the Meghalaya at an altitude of 781 meter. Or basically this belongs with the beetle species to the VV family. Basically, you have to remember a major species of beetle, and that is Spithaspina, and recently founded in the Meghalaya state. Moving on the next one, Sri Padmanabh Swami Temple is located in which state? So a major temple in news, and basically it is located in Kerala. And recently this temple was in news just because of a Mahakumbh Abhishekam, a grand ritual for temple purification. So it was recently performed at the Sri Padmanabh Swami Temple located in Thiruvananthapuram of Kerala after 270 of years. Basically the temple, it is dedicated to Lord Vishnu, and it is one of the most sacred Hindu temple located in the South India. Moving on the next one. The next is, where is the headquarters of the National Investment and Infrastructure Fund located? So a major organization in news, the NIIF, and its headquarters, it is located at Mumbai in Maharashtra. And recently the Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman chaired the 6th meeting of the Governing Council of the NIIF in New Delhi to review fund performance, strategic partnerships, and the new fund launches. And that's why the NIIF was in news. Basically, it is a government anchor investment platform that mobilizes long-term capital for infrastructure and key sectors in India. Overall, here we are discussing the NIIF. It was announced in the Union Budget 2015-16, and its establishment year is 2015, and its headquarters, it is located at Mumbai in Maharashtra. And currently, just because of their 6th meeting of the Governing Council, this organization was in news. Moving on the next one. Which state or UT is home to India's first e-waste recycling eco park? So first of its kind initiative, the first e-waste recycling eco park, and that is in Delhi. So Delhi is set to host India's first e-waste recycling eco park located in North Delhi exactly. Basically, this park, it is dedicated facility for scientific recycling, dismantling and recovery of electronic waste in an environmental safe manner. Basically, it aims to be a model project for sustainable e-waste management in the country. And recently the project was announced by the Delhi Environment Minister, and that's why this question was in news. Moving on, the next one. Which Indian player has been inducted into the ICC Cricket Hall of Fame 2025? And that is the former Indian captain Mahendra Singh Dhoni. Recently, he has been inducted into the ICC Cricket Hall of Fame 2025, and with this, becoming the 11th Indian to receive this prestigious global honor. He is among 7 cricketer legends, including 2 women players selected in the 2025 list. Overall, the ICC Cricket Hall of Fame recognizes legendary players for their historic contribution to cricket across generations and the countries. It was launched on 2nd of Jan 2009 by the International Cricket Council in partnership with the Federation of International Cricketers Association. And recently, Mahendra Singh Dhoni has been recognized with the prestigious ICC Cricket Hall of Fame 2025. Moving on, the next one, a major national park, and that is Gangotri National Park, and that was recently seen in news, lies in which state? So it is located in the Uttarakhand state. So recently the residents of Uttarakashi have strongly opposed the illegal use of a waste inside Gangotri National Park, citing pollution in Bhagirathi eco-sensitive zone and violation of environmental laws. Overall, this Gangotri National Park, it is a high altitude protected area in the Uttarakashi district of Uttarakhand. It is vital for conserving Himalayan biodiversity and the Gangotri Glacier. And just because of the protest, it was in news. Moving on, the next one, a major personality, sports personality, that is Nicholas Puram. And recently he announced his retirement, and he is associated with which sport? So basically he is associated with the cricket. So a major player from West Indies and a record holder for runs and appearances, and recently he announced his retirement from international cricket on 10th of June 2025 at the age of 29. Overall, his major achievement, he scored 1983 runs in 61 ODIs, 2275 run in 106 T20 international, and recently announced his retirement. And that's why this question was in news. Overall, you have to remember Nicholas Puran. He is associated with the cricket, a major player of the West Indies. Moving on, the next one, International Day for Dialogue Among Civilization is observed on which day? So a major day in news, and that is International Day for Dialogue Among Civilization, and that is 10th of June. Basically, this day promotes global cooperation and peace through civil dialogue. And basically, this day follows a resolution by China adopted by the United Nations last year. Overall, the day aims to encourage civil dialogue, mutual understanding and peaceful relation between nation. And recently the UN is observing the first ever International Day for Dialogue Among Civilization, and that is on 10th of June.